Can I use strong language, Jay?
Go for it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
It's just bullshit, right?
Yeah.
It's people trying to run a play, people trying to get over on you, people that have spent 30 years in their business and they need 5 million bucks to go to their vacation home and Telluride. And they're saying, hey, I wonder if Curtis or Adam or Darren or Jay is going to be the sucker that's going to pay me $5 million for $1 million. And I call them war stories. I'm probably going to rebrand them as red flags. I think it resonates better. End of the day, it's just wonky stuff. A lot of people will try to play games in between cash and accrual accounting. A lot of people will play games with inventory. A lot of people, since valuation is a function of cash flow, they do things like, okay, well, Jay, let's say this is a real story. So a management team was sticking with a company that was for sale. The owner was a serial entrepreneur that had been doing different companies, probably 3 already. This was his 4th. He was going on to his 5th. Well, the good news was the management team was sticking around. So my client was so happy about that. Cash flow was solid. We're good to go. But after I finished financial diligence, I realized these were like 15-year digital marketing experts that were taking $60,000 of salary from the company. That's not market. You couldn't replace those people for $60K a piece. Those were $150,000 jobs. So on day one, if those guys quit, you're going to have $300,000-$400,000 of new costs in the business, which you should not have paid a multiple on those dollars. Not to mention, you guys are owners. If you're working with the serial entrepreneur 3 times, he sells, you have no equity in this thing, but you're probably going to be able to get some equity in his next thing. How long before you just go to his next thing where you have some equity instead of working for some dope that you haven't known for 15 years? So structurally, the concept of this management team didn't make sense. Or I can tell another story of someone who saw that their revenue and cash flows are falling off ahead of going to market to sell. So they made an acquisition they call strategic and necessary and all this kind of crap. It really was to hide the fact that the core business that had been around the whole time, that had the history that people wanted to see and was in the industry people liked, was having a hard time selling. So they bought this new one that had like short-term growth, like think like Vine or one of these social media apps that had a great 6-month run. You know what I mean? And so when you look the two of them together, it looked like steady growth. But really, you wouldn't have bought either one. One, the growth wasn't sustainable, right? But it was the only one growing. The other one was deteriorating and wasn't sustainable on its own. So people play a lot of games like that. I put that all under the umbrella of bullshit.